All right, so you've taken all of your sneaker L's recently on all the raffles you've entered, the Nike Sneakers app, the Adidas Confirmed app, and even on New Balance's site for some of the collaborations that they've been dropping. And now we're left with the dilemma of what sneakers you can actually buy that you can actually get your hands on without having to pay resale and stuff. So I wanted to give you guys my top 10 list of sneakers you can actually buy right now, as well as a consideration for back to school. Now, back to school is kind of weird for me because I'm obviously much older, and my son is way too little for back to school. I mean, he's going into kindergarten this year, which is awesome. But a lot of the offerings that I would recommend for him are not even available in obviously his size. So I guess this consideration is more for those people like, I guess, high school or in college even. These are just the sneakers that I personally like at retail. So school or not, let's just get into the top 10. What is going on, guys? Hess here. Hopefully you guys are having a great day out there. And if you guys are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. If you haven't checked out my site, Collective Kicks, it's always linked in the description. I basically post a bunch of sneaker deals that I find on Nike and Adidas and sites like those, so feel free to check that out at any time. But in this top 10 list, I'm not actually going to go in any ranking order. I'm going to do it a little different. I'm going to actually go by brands from Adidas, New Balance, and then Nike's. Basically, those are my main three that I'm rocking with. There's a couple really good options in each one of these brands that I wanted to bring your attention. So let's go ahead and start off with the Adidas shoes. So the first one on my list is actually the Adidas Forum. I've mentioned this shoe a couple times. I think it's a great alternative to like a Nike Air Force One. The price point is around $100 or so. Really nice colorways, also available on Adidas website. I personally like the white and black Forum lows. I think it's the cleanest looking colorway out there. The price point is just right. You can basically wear black, white, gray t-shirts or pretty much any color t-shirt, denim, and then also throw on these shoes. Sometimes if you buy too many different colored ones, it just doesn't really match some of the graphics on t-shirts and stuff. And for me, t-shirts and denim was basically an everyday staple when I was in college. They also do have some collaborations with the Adidas Forums. If you're lucky enough to hit the Bad Bunny collab, the triple black colorway is super nice. The first cafe one or whatever, the brown one, was super fire, but that one's $1,000 now. But in my opinion, the best option is going to Adidas website, checking out what colorways are available for the forum and see which one fits your style. They also do have mid-top and high-top versions. If you guys actually want to buy any of the sneakers that I'm mentioning in this countdown, check the links in the description. It'll take you over to Adidas, New Balance, and Nike pages, respectively. Next up from Adidas, we have another very comfortable pair of sneakers that give you kind of that Yeezy-esque dad vibes, or as we go sort of feel. This is the Adidas Azalea, and this colorway specifically I really like, but there's a couple other colorways out there. This one only retails at $100, and it does have the adiprene midsole. It's pretty lightweight, but it's really comfortable, definitely wide foot friendly. I'm sure they're going to drop more colorways of the Azalea as well, but this one's definitely my favorite with that crazy orange and yellow fade. I think that everything about the shoe is just super perfect for that crazy price of like $100. Anytime there's a new Adidas code or Nike code, I post it on my website. And so you can get these already under retail about 70 or 80 bucks. And next up on the countdown, you guys already know I'm a huge fan of the Adidas Ultra Boost. I have 4 or 5 different versions here for you guys to see. Basically the 6.0, we have the Climate Cool version, we have the 5.0, we have the Ultra Boost 21 Parlay, and then the regular Ultra Boost 21. Any of these are really good options, and most of them are pretty available on Adidas website. The staple is kind of like that 5.0 or the DNA as they call it on Adidas website. This is kind of the original shape of the Ultra Boost for those that like that OG look and the OG feel. And then they have that newer version of the Ultra Boost, the 21, which is a really comfortable pair of sneakers as well. I mentioned this many times, but I wore a pair of these to Disney World and basically wore them for like 3 or 4 days in Disney parks. It was a great shoe to be able to stand in line with. It wasn't too squishy where you were standing in line and it was like fatiguing your feet. The walking motion was really good as well. Price point on these are about 180 retail, but I've posted them on sale as low as $90. So there's definitely some good options for under $100. Currently, there's just no real replacement for the Ultra Boost. There's just upgrades to it, like from the DNA to the Ultra Boost 21. Alternatively, I wanted to throw one bonus one for Adidas out there, and that's the Adidas 40 Forward. This colorway sold out, but they have a couple other ones on their website that are worth looking at. But the midsole is reimagined, and this is like a newer version of the 40 midsole, which is definitely a lot softer and squishier and more springy than the previous, and it definitely squishes down when you doing the heel strike. And if you tried some of the other Adidas 40 technologies, this one's by far the best one that they've had on the market so far. It's a pretty cool shoe and definitely one of the most eye-catching ones on the list. All right, so next up, I wanted to bring you guys a couple New Balance sneakers that definitely caught my eye. There's a lot of different models from the lifestyle side as well as the performance running side of things. So it can be definitely confusing to which ones you guys would want to buy and consider. So I narrowed down a couple of the options that are my favorite out of a lot of the offerings that they have available. From the lifestyle side, I would say that the 992 is definitely the one that caught my eye. It's definitely a nice looking model, and the stock images are okay, but as soon as I saw my buddy post these on feet, I was like, man, as soon as I saw those, I was like, okay, I gotta buy those now. Like, they look too good. And that colorway specifically, it's not to me yet, but it's a pair that I have coming to me because it's one of those ones that I just really thought was nice. The burgundy colorway of the 992 is probably would have been my first choice just because burgundy, it's a nice little fall looking color. But in general, that model has definitely got a lot of hype behind it. There's a lot of collaborations with the 992 model, but there's also some inline options that are definitely worth looking at. The retail on them are about $175. They're not cheap because they are made in the USA, and the materials on them look amazing. I can't wait to confirm it when I get a pair of them in hand, but the 992s are definitely the ones that I would go with at this time. Alternatively, they do have the 990 V5s. This is a really comfortable model as well. It doesn't have that soft squishy comfort on it, but the midsole is firmer, and it's just all around a really comfortable shoe on feet. Premium materials on this one as well, and it does say made in the USA, but obviously a little bit expensive as well. And since I'm talking New Balance lifestyle, do you guys remember that I made these? For those that have been around the channel for a while, I made these a couple years ago. This is a 998 and it says be a maker. It's a custom one that I made basically on New Balance site. You could just pick up the colors and lay it out. And this is kind of my sea and sky version, kind of a nod to Hawaii for myself actually, because I love going to Hawaii so much. But I really like this one as well, but 998's not as popular right now, so I would go with the 992, but still a fun one nonetheless, and the quality materials in here are nuts. So from the New Balance running side, I have a ton of different pairs of sneakers from them now, and there's a ton of really good ones as well, but I'm going to basically primarily focus on two of them for you guys for this video. The main one being this one right here, the 1080 V11. For some reason, I think this is my favorite one out of all of them. It's just something about this shoe that I absolutely love. The midsole is soft, squishy, cloudy. The one that I would get though, they have a triple black colorway of this that looks unbelievable. So I would go with the triple black 1080 V11. I think that that is your best bet with that Fresh Foam X. Retail is $150 on it. Fit on these and everything else that I mentioned as of right now has been true to size, and I go with the wide versions of these because I have wider feet, which is one of the fun sides to the New Balance running sneakers. They do offer wide versions, so for those wide feet boys, this is great, wide feet friendly, really great shoe right here. And then for those people that also want something a little bit more squishy, this is as squishy as you can get. This is the New Balance Fuel Cell Rebel V2, and I've done some videos on these as well. Just unbelievably soft and squishy on feet. Maybe too soft and squishy for some people, because the softest and squishiest on the market from any of the sneaker cushioning technologies out there. This, in my opinion, is softer than Nike Zoom X. Like, it's really that good. So if you want something really soft and squishy to go to class to, obviously these are really good option. So starting off with the Nike sneakers of my countdown, we have the Nike Roshe 1. Previously, it was known as the Roshe Run. I don't know if my review of these are going to make it to you guys before you guys get this video. It just depends on my upload schedule. But these things are incredible, and it's so fun to have them back in my collection, and putting them on, it gave me that old school feel of like the Nike Roshe runs. This is the very first shoe that I actually tried on with no socks. Kind of weird to say, but the way that these feel on feet was just really liberating. The freedom in the toe box area was really nice. All in all, these are a great option. 75 bucks too, not too bad. And they have them back in stock now, full size run in these and the triple black colorway. Linked it to Foot Locker in the description for those that are interested. But drop a comment in the comment section. When was the last time you tried on your Roshe runs? And I mean, it's just one of those shoes that it's like the original comfort shoe. Like I said, I think I have that soft spot in my heart for these things just because it was the one that kind of got me into that comfort segment across the board. This was before Adidas boots came out and everything. So I'm going with the Roshe runs though. I think it's a great one to be able to walk to class in nice comfort, and just even sitting in class in a comfortable pair of sneakers. These ones are the ones that I would mention. All right, so next on my list, I'm actually going to go with that old school like Nike Air Structure. This is in the neon vibes right here. This was known as a Structure Triax, at least when I knew them, and I don't know why they changed the name, but super nice colorway. This is an OG colorway. You can see it has some neon blues and some neon pinks and split down the middle. If you're a fan of the Air Max 90s, these kind of have the same build quality as an Air Max 90, Air Max 1. But this is an OG colorway in an OG model, and for some reason, the love on this shoe is just not 100% there yet. It's just kind of more an obscure, like, original pair, but one that sneakerheads like myself definitely appreciate. Whenever I see somebody wearing these, I'm like, dude, that guy got the OG ones on over there. This is one that you can get for like 83 bucks on sale directly from Nike right now. Retail is 120. This is just one of those great ones that I've actually been on eBay for the last 4 or 5 years trying to find a good pair of these, and then they retroed them and now I have them. So I'm happy that they came back and they've been sitting, so it's a good opportunity for those that want a slice of a little bit of history right here to be able to grab a pair for a decent price. and a nice looking pair of sneakers to boot. So Structure Tracks or the Air Structure OG as they're called on Nike's website. Also another runner-up that I would mention. Alternatively to that, you could go with the Air Tune Max route. This is another OG colorway, an OG pair of sneakers right here that they retroed. And one of those kind of obscure Air Max shoes that collectors like myself absolutely love, because I actually wanted this colorway back in the day and never got it. And so now I have the retro version. I do have an OG pair of these as well, so it's cool that they actually came back. It's just a very identifiable pair of sneakers for those people that have a long history of Nike Air. This is a nice colorway to get, and you can get them at retail, and there's a couple different colors available now of the Air Tune Max, but a nice runner-up to mention. Next up, we have that Nike Blazer 77 mid. Now it says it's a mid, but it feels like a high, and basically this one looks pretty much like a knockdown version of the off-white Blazers. I did a detailed review and comparison between these and the off-white Blazers since I have them as well. But this is a nice looking colorway in my opinion, $110 at retail. A lot of these sizes have actually sold out since I did my review video of these, but they do have an alternate colorway that is actually really nice as well. It definitely doesn't have as much of an off-white vibe to it, but still a really, really nice colorway with a little bit more gray. But both colorways are really good, and the Nike Blazer has been around for decades, so it's definitely a tried and true one. And I'm wondering if the hype train on the Blazers are going to be going crazy or not in the future. I feel like this is the next like Nike Dunk in a sense. Nike Dunks have gone nuts. Now Nike Blazers, they have a bunch of really dope colorways that have dropped this year that have gone under the radar. They had that happen to the Nike Dunks back in the day as well. They had really good inline models that were not hyped up that now, of course, you can't buy any Nike Dunks anytime. They just pop up and they're gone. I'm wondering if we're going to see something from the Blazers in the future or not. But regardless, this is a really nice looking colorway. And the Nike Blazer in general, they have a lot of different colorways on Nike's website. Again, linked in the description if you guys are interested in browsing. But the Nike Blazer, definitely one to consider for back to school. All right, so next up is the Nike Air Force One. Of course, there's always the white on white you can go with, but they do have a chocolate brown version that's called a Craft, and it has like really nice premium leather on it. I haven't got them in hand yet because they actually haven't officially released yet. I've been waiting for the drop on Nike's website because it's just a colorway that I really, really dig with that chocolate brown look to it. But that one's 110, I believe, and it's a nice quality there. The other alternative that you could do is just design your own on the Nike Bayou, which I've actually done that as well. I did a bunch of different mock-ups before. I always post them on Twitter and Collective Kicks and stuff for those that seen them. But I have a pair that I bought, and I'm just waiting for them to get shipped. And once I get those in, I'll do a review on them. But they do sell out, so Nike Bayou kind of restocks every day or so. So on Twitter, at least, I post when they restock. So if you follow me over there, you'll see when the options are available. But you can always just go back to the link in the description and just keep checking it every other day. And eventually you'll hit a point where they actually have the Nike Bayou available. You do have to be logged in to purchase. And I would also recommend that you log in ahead of time, design yours, and have it in your saved pile under your account. So you can log in, it will be saved to your account, and you can just instantly check out once it's available again. Great options for those people that want to have that creativity to be able to design your own. And I like ending the video with that design your own sort of concept. So the last one I wanted to mention is the Nike Waffle One, but you can do the Bayou options and design your own. I really wish they would call it Nike ID again. I really miss that name, but the Nike Bayou. This is my Stu Griffin one. I already showed you guys these ones as well in the past, but it's a great model because it's a nice waffle racer, but it's also kind of like a more modernized look to it. Now they also have some other colorways of the Waffle One that you can just buy. Of course, there's some nice colorways there, but the last one that I wanted to mention is that Waffle One. I think it's a great model, and the price point is affordable, and it's a very wearable pair of sneakers. Again, not the most comfortable. This isn't a top 10 comfort list for back to school or anything like that. It's just a top 10 list of the sneakers that I really like available right now. And ones that you can get your hands on. But out of the ones that I showed you guys, which are your favorite? Leave a comment on which ones you guys like the most. Or if you tried some of them, leave some comments. Let me know which is your favorites. And lastly, if you have other suggestions for ones that are available that you could actually go out and buy, leave a comment in the comment section. Anyways, hopefully we'll see you guys back on the channel soon. Thank you guys again for watching, and have a good rest of the day. All right, peace, guys.